Hey you guys, it's Rachel with Senza Cane Corso. So I've got Kubrick inside. Bro, you better get off me, punk. He knows his name. Taping his ears, and I wanted to show you guys, for anybody that is struggling with an ear crop. I'm not, I will say that. These ears would have stood up on their own without a problem. But they were just annoying me. He was over here looking like a Mawari horse, I think it's called. Get off me, punk. So what his ears were doing is they were bending over the top of his head like this, like that, coming over the top. And so what I've done is I've taped them to fix that. So what you do is you hold the ear, you pull the ear down like that, and then you just tape around it. And you tape down. And then often what I'll do is I'll take my hand and I'll just kind of curve it like that, like pull it down, kind of curve the ear down like that. Like that. It doesn't hurt. Because I'm not doing anything to, like, you don't want to do it so tight that it hurts them. but you do want it, you do want it to be sturdy. It also helps to have the right kind of tape. This is the best tape. It's the only tape that I'll use to tape ears. And it's called Elasticon. You can purchase it on Amazon. And it's like Elastkon instead of CON. But it works really well. And it'll stay. Once it's on, it'll stick. I kind of will squeeze it a little bit to warm it up, warm the glue up a little bit. And it's actually normal for it to keep, have a little bit of sticky residue left over sometimes. Come on. You can see I'm watching Star Trek. I love Star Trek. I'm watching the original. I'm going to do a thing where I watch all of the original Star Treks because I'm weird and that's what I do. I always wonder myself, like, why do you always rewatch things that you've already watched? Like, don't you want to watch something new? And I'm like, no. Everything sucks. Anyway, not to say that I don't watch new things or whatever, but look at that structure. So I have good news about him. I did my DSRA testing. I tested all of my dogs. And I was really happy that he is clear. So I was worried about it. It's a thing now, and you got to test everybody. So, hey, psst. What are you doing in there? Kubrick. Kubo. Kubalicious. He wants water, but it's past water time. We don't do water after a certain time of the day. Kubrick! Come on, puppy. You can tell the difference between him and Patina. How, if you guys remember, Patina was like running all over the place and, pacing back and forth and just, I wouldn't say pacing, but she was running back and forth and all that stuff. And it's not good at all, right? It's actually, I'm going to get him out of my bathroom. Get out of my bathroom right now. What are you doing in my tub? Get out. Go. Now. Go. Now. Hey. Out. I'm going to grab. Nope, that's right. I'm grabbing you. Punk. What do you think you're doing? Get out. No, we're not. It's not happening. No. That's right. I said no. Yeah. Because then they just want to pee all night. And I'm not doing it. I'm not going to wake up in the middle of the night constantly because you drank too much water. So, no. It ain't happening, my boy. His top line has been like roaching, but it's not. He doesn't have a roach top line because we've looked at it, but he's starting to do the growth thing, and don't keep licking me, you weirdo. And he's been doing a thing where he just likes to lick me constantly, which is annoying. Go away. I love you, but not that much. Go. Not like that. Go away. I don't love you enough for you to sit here and look at me all the time. Cut it out. She's like, fine, well, you thought so, but I cleaned it. Yeah, he's a really fantastic dog. So it's his time in, but I was saying, like, if you look at him and you compare the energy level of him and Patina, you'll see that he has a very normal amount of energy for a Corso. And, you know, he's going to get into trouble, and he's going to get into things that he shouldn't, and he's going to need to be taught boundaries and respect and all kinds of stuff like that. But, you know, it's a much more manageable, it's a much more manageable amount of energy. And that's what I like. This level of energy is what I personally like. And as you can see, like, once he kind of gets hit with enough boundaries and he's bored enough or whatever, he'll lay down, he'll calm down and stop getting into stuff. But then you have Patina, who she's going to be wild, right? She's going to be a dog that is going to be, has like legitimate energy requirements. And for me personally, I don't like dogs to have energy requirements because I'm a busy person and I can't guarantee that I will be able to meet those requirements. So I can do it with her because she's the one dog. But I would not want like a bunch of them is what I will say. I wouldn't want a whole kennel of dogs that have super high energy. See, look at this. Whenever I'm not going anywhere, look at him. He just lays down by my feet and he's like, I just want to be with you. And I love this. For me, this is a fantastic dog. But, you know, what I will tell you is that a dog like Patina would be a better working prospect. And that's why a lot of the working dogs, like Shepherds and Malinois, and which are, you know, they're all Shepherds, but nonetheless, you know, Dutchies and whatnot, Dobermans, they all have a much higher energy level. And, you know, that's because they're competitive and they're going to do that work. And specifically bite work and a lot of other sports like obedient sports and things like that. Things that require more energy. And the Mastiffs are lower energy by as a general rule. And so I don't know if you've ever seen, but there was a video that went viral. And it was an English Mastiff that was going through an obedience course. And the dog was going just slow at his own pace. But he was doing it. And that's the cool thing is, like, in the same token, Mastiffs are often pretty stubborn. And so they don't, you know, even if they're like oftentimes reluctantly obedient, if that makes sense. And not all of them, but especially like the big ones. And when you're talking about Malinois and things like that, they really want a job and they want to participate in training and things like that. So it's easier to work with them because they want to work. They have high energy to work. Whereas the Mastiffs, you know, don't. They want to protect, they want to guard, they want to kind of be around and do their own thing, but they really, you know, they really have no interest in being all up in your face and being like, hey, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? They don't have that drive. And I like that. You know, or not even that, but, you know, the constant, like, oh, I want to bite on something. So they'll, you know, they got to have something to chew on. Like Malinois are constantly chewing on toys. And just like, if you've ever seen them chew on stuff, is pretty wild. And I just, it's not for me, you know, personally. It's not something that I'm looking for. And I like that in the Corso, that they're not like that. So what I will tell you is that a lot of people think that they want a dog from working lines because they think that that means that it's healthier, that it's stronger. A lot of people think that show dogs are unhealthy, and there are some just show dogs that are unhealthy. Doesn't mean that all show dogs are unhealthy or all show dogs in a breed are unhealthy, but I think that it goes, both ways. You can still have working dogs that are unhealthy. Maybe they have unhealthy minds, unhealthy behaviors, but unhealthy nonetheless. And when it comes to working Corso, you're going to have higher energy levels. So it's just something to keep in mind whenever you're shopping around for a dog for your home. Even though you might think that it's in your best interest to have a dog that has a lot of working titles, and you might think that that's something that interests you, it's really important to think about your lifestyle, your home, your family, and your overall time constraints to ensure that you have the time to give to a dog like that. Because although you may think that that dog is ideal and superior, you still may not have the home to give that kind of dog what they need to be successful. So I hope that kind of helps. I hope seeing this puppy and being able to kind of reference this with my other high energy video with Patina to see the difference in these temperaments, to be able to better understand what type of temperament would work best for your home. Okie dokie. Bye.